So I'm just going to wait for the lag to catch up. Please tell me that you can see me and hear me and stuff, and then I'll continue on. All right. Now I got to like count to like 15 or whatever it is. So I'm just staring at the chat window here. Okay, nothing. I'm not seeing anything yet. Sorry. Okay. Maxwell's Demon. Okay, hello. You can hear me and smell me. That's wonderful. I'm sorry. All right, let's. Yeah, this was actually a clue for the Jamie's password, which obviously we don't need now. All right. So Miranda, if you're still there, we're gonna go see your character now.
Stay close to the door, Red. I'm heading in.
After you, Joey.
Hello.
I love this music. This next. I used it for Kendra in Epiphany as well.
Hi there.
What? Who are you? How'd you get in?
Oh,
Your new landlord.
I'm your new landlord. Just checking to make sure everyone's happy.
Really?
Do you use Prime?
It makes
Prime
my day when people
what?
care.
Huh?
I can see right through you, mister.
You're not the only one.
Oh, shut up! You think you're so clever? You think you're so charming?
Can't blame a guy for trying.
Well, take it somewhere else. I've had enough.
Enough of what?
I'm turning my back now. I want to be left alone.
I guess I don't know if Miranda's still there because she hasn't said anything in the chat. But I met Miranda through actually a game that Ben worked on called Eternally Us. He did this freeware game with someone named Steve Polton, and they had it voice acted, and Miranda was in it, and I liked it, and I heard she was living around in and around New York, so I asked her to audition, and I knew she did that kind of like sad, lonely voice thing really well in Eternally Us, so I asked her to do this role, and she was great. I mean, I loved, but the funny thing is, and the annoying thing is, Miranda was such a great sport, is that
too far away from Red.
the for some reason, like, it crashed just as I was saving the file, and she had to come and do it all over again. So thank you, Miranda, for not hating me way back when.
There's a message written on this photo. Rachel and Tiff.
We rock.
I
don't get it.
What the hell does that mean?
Oh my god, I love Joey. I really love Joey. Yeah.
Hello again.
What?
You were living in New Orleans at the time, so you weren't living in New York. Okay, that's interesting.
So, you're Tiffany Walters, aren't you?
You know what's funny?
Yeah,
that game I was talking about before, Two of a Kind.
Well,
one of the
that
one of the main characters in it was named Tiffany Walters, and I don't know why I never didn't think that was probably a bad idea to use that name, because the Tiffany Walters in that game was like super perky and super childlike and innocent and naive. Who is not this character? Da, 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 da.
Could you tell me who R. Abu is?
Stop with the personal questions. It's my life. I made my choices. I'll deal with them.
I do like this
Leave me alone.
version of the portrait better than the old one. Much better than the old one.
So, tell me about yourself, Tiffany.
Nice try, but I don't think so.
I don't think we can talk to her about anything else. So let's leave.
Well, see you around.
Yeah, see ya.
See ya.
So how did it go?
She's a spook, all right. Pretty recent one, too.
Just like Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here, yeah. I meant to... I don't know if I said this yesterday. One thing new for this game is that you can actually exit rooms as Joey when you couldn't before. And I kind of like that progression, even though I probably should have done that before. It's kind of nice now because now they're kind of equal partners. He doesn't have to wait for Rosa in order to leave a room. He can just leave it, and she follows him. So they're more equal partners in this case. Wait, what am I doing? Right, I need to talk. Oh, right, I need to go to the cafe and talk to Rachel Abu. How can Joey tell she's recent? You know, I probably would have had an answer for you 7 years ago when I wrote this game. But I don't know. I'm sure there's a reason.
I think it's a pretty good bet that the R in R Abu stands for Rachel. Hi again.
Hi.
Hi.
It's so tempting, but I've already had more coffee today than I should. Thanks. I'll
Have a good...
Oh wait, I think I need to. Whoops. I need to. What time is it? Oh, it's only 4 o'clock. All right, good. We got lots of time. All right. I need to look up Rachel Abu, right? Alphabet City Community Board.
Hi again.
This is actually based on a cafe that I used to go to called oh my god, Pick Me Up, Cafe Pick Me Up, and it had this big door, wall-sized window here, and during the summers they would leave it wide open, and you could see the park from across the street. It's another place that's closed. sorry. I know one of you is keeping a list of like Blackwell locations, but Pick Me Up closed, which killed me. I loved that place, but it looked a lot like this.
Are you Rachel Abu?
Yeah, that's me.
I wanted to talk to you about Tiffany Walters.
Tiffany? What about her?
You were friends, right?
Sort of. Yeah, we were friends before she died.
I'm looking into her death.
Why?
The game
Was it
music
a
covers
brain
my
aneurysm
voice
or
a bit.
something?
You should balance
That's what I'm
it.
trying to find out.
So then
Well,
it's hard to
okay,
hear me
but I'm
over
not
the
sure
game. Is that what
kind
you're
of help
saying?
that would be.
Because no, I've kind of balanced it for other streams, and everyone said it was fine.
So you and Tiffany were friends?
A few years ago. We were both office temps, and when our jobs ended, we got
I spent
close.
most of my
I went on to
university
start
days
this place.
temping.
She stayed on with the temp
And it
agency.
used to be a lot easier to get a
She's trying
temp
to
job.
find her way,
Like
you
you
know?
just go in,
Maybe
take a
she
test, and then
found
they'd give you a job that
What do you
day.
mean?
She met some guy named Kevin.
Not
on the
anymore.
temp
Not the
jobs,
case
and then
anymore.
she stopped hanging
It's a lot
out
harder
with
these
me.
days.
Same old story. I don't blame her. It happens.
Ba-da-da-dum,
What do you know about the guy Tiffany was with?
da-dum.
Only that his name
The
was
Rachel
Ken,
portrait is
and she met him
100
on one
times
of the
better.
temp
I agree.
jobs. Tiffany was kind of intense about him. She really fell head over heels. I couldn't tell if it was sweet or if it was scary.
Do you know where Tiffany was temping when she met Ken?
I wouldn't know. She never told me, and those temp agencies bounce you around.
What about the agency she worked for?
We didn't work at the same agency, so I wouldn't know. I'm sorry.
You wouldn't know where.
No, I wouldn't.
Is there anything else you could tell me about Tiffany?
I've told you everything
I was in the
know.
middle of watching
Really.
Convergence and jump in here to see when is the next stream. Hi! Surprise! Okay, I think that's all.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
Thanks. Oh wait, there's a note on the table, I think, that tells you where the temp agency is.
Stay close to the door, Red. I'm heading in.
After you.
Here it is. Yeah, STP.
Looks like a pretty.
Like I said, when I did the note combining interface, I kind of it meant I created a lot of initials for you to compare things to. Oh, you can't switch to Rosa here. All right, I'll just left out of view of the camera and jumped out.
Typical spook. Evasive. Cryptic. Won't give me.
So,
Don't worry, we'll get.
All right. So excuse me. Still got that cough. STP and temp agency.
STP could be a temp agency. Only one way to.
You talking to me?
Bingo. STP stands for Sterling Temp Placement. And here's the address. It's just south.
You enjoy that.
Sterling temp placement. Funny thing is, originally I had the guy. I hadn't watched Mad Men at the time, but the guy at the Sterling temp agency's name was Roger Sterling, and then I started watching Mad Men, and then I realized no, I shouldn't call him that. So he's kind of nameless in the game. He doesn't have a name at all.
Hi, are you busy?
This
Sorry,
is
we're not taking new applicants.
this is
right
my
now.
voice.
And even if I were, it's several hours
Past closing time.
I'm
I
not
always,
looking for a
whenever I want to
job.
make an annoyed
Depends on
character,
you.
I make him slightly
Fine,
nasal.
what do you want?
Fine. What do you want?
You're open kind of late.
Like I said, we're not open. Just because I'm not seeing a client doesn't mean there isn't work to do.
Dun, 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 dun.
I wanted to talk to you about Tiffany Walters. She used to work for this agency.
Yes, I remember her.
I need to know what company you placed her in.
That, I'm afraid, is confidential.
Are you aware that Tiffany is dead?
I am aware, yes, but it doesn't change anything.
It's always back in like the 90s when I did temping. It was always very easy to look down on yourself for doing temping, but temping is so hard to do now. It's like I remember when I was going through a rough patch, like in 2007 or so, and I thought I'd do a few temp jobs to kind of ease me through it. Like I would, rather than go to the agency and take a test and give me a resume, you had to like email them a resume, and you'd never hear from them again. So it was like, it was really difficult to get a temp job. It was almost impossible.
So, what can you tell me about this place?
If you want to know more, come back
So
during
like
business
if you
hours.
do temping, you know, it's not a shameful thing these days.
Do you know anyone named Ken? I think Tiffany was involved with him.
I can't tell you.
Do I like jazz? I do. I
That's
don't
confidential
know
information.
a lot about
So
jazz.
something
Like I
happened,
couldn't
but
tell
you
you
can't
about
tell me
musicians
about
and
it.
stuff.
I said
But
nothing of.
excuse me. But I do like it.
Surely
I do
if
like
Tiffany
it.
is dead, it doesn't have to be confidential anymore.
It's not her confidentiality that I'm worried about.
What does that mean?
Whatever you think it means.
I'm gonna sneeze. Ha! You're right. The sprite is bald. I guess it's kind of shaded, so maybe that's his hair. It's tough to get these little minor details in sprite art, or maybe it's like behind his head where you can't see it. Okay.
Surely if Tiffany is dead, it doesn't have to be confidential anymore.
Thank you.
It's not her
Everyone's saying bless you.
confidentiality that I'm worried about.
Thank you very
What
much.
does that mean?
I do.
Whatever you think it means.
Surely if Tiffany is dead, it...
Yes,
Whoops.
whatever.
Surely if Tiffany...
Yes, whatever.
So,
If you want to know more,
All right. There's.
well, thank.
right.
I think I have to show him the press pass.
You might be interested in seeing this.
The City Post? Is that who you're working for?
I'm not ashamed of my work.
The biggest paper
I'm,
in the
I'm-
city. Maybe you can be more...
I'm not.
forthcoming.
I'm never ashamed
No,
of my
doesn't
work.
change a thing.
I
Confidential is
might
confidential. You just make doubly
be
sure that I won't say
critical of it, critical of my old stuff especially, but I'm never ashamed of it. I am critical of some of my older stuff because I know I could do better now, but I would not be ashamed of it because I know that I couldn't have done much better using the resources and the experience I had at the time. So I did take the reporter's pass. I just used it.
Hi again.
anything. Yes.
Sure.
It's not her confidential.
What is...
Whatever you think it means.
Okay, there's something I'm missing here.
Are you familiar?
Never heard of.
Well, thanks.
Right.
I've already shown it to him. Hi.
Yeah.
What am I missing? What am I missing? All right, okay, right. I gotta speak to
Right.
Tiffany about it. That's right. Yeah, if you ever feel like you're gonna sneeze but you can't, looking into a light usually is the way to do it. It's something it, like activates some kind of gland. I don't know. Makes you sneeze. He's not shady. He's just a business guy. It's hard to place temps these days. It used to be so easy, and now he's all worried because
Stay
his
close to the
business
door.
isn't as strong. So he's a little cagey and nervous.
Hello again.
Hello
What?
again.
I heard you worked for Sterling.
Well, those jerks.
Jerks.
They fired me, terminated my contract, for no reason.
Sorry to hear
With that
that.
bug-eyed
Whatever.
expression.
It's not like there aren't other temp agencies.
I do love these portraits. This one's nice. The guy who did these, his name is Ivan Yulinov, and he does a lot of work for me now. He always does my portraits and any kind of close-up photos. He's really, really good. These portraits are not the best showcase for his work because he did them, as I said, he did them so quickly. But he did a really good job for the considering the constraints I put on him.
Why do you think...
I don't know. It's run by an emotionless sleazebag. I never liked him.
Well, see you around.
Yeah, see you.
See ya. Wait, let me. I think you're gonna ask her about Ken as well.
Ken, he's wonderful.
Oh, look at that! Look at that face. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I can't begin to explain.
Try me.
Wait, not you too.
Huh?
Why is everyone against us? I don't understand.
I'd like to understand. How about you tell me about it?
Just go away.
How many people are still in the chat right now? 37. All right. We started with a little over 40. Haven't lost many of you. Okay. Amazing y'all stick with me this far. Miranda, you still there? All the carpets in this game are red.
Sure.
They are. They are. That's funny. Alright, let's go back to Roger Sterling. That is his name, even though it's never said.
Hi again.
Yes?
I know you terminated Tiffany's contract. Could you tell me why?
Look, we had a serious complaint and had to let her go. That's all I can say.
You can't tell me who made the complaint.
Absolutely not.
Why the secrecy? Surely Tiffany won't mind. She's dead.
Look, whatever happened at the client's office. And I like to keep my clients. Agencies like mine are struggling to stay in business. People just aren't
You're
hiring
watching the
temp
Twitch
workers
stream
used
at your job.
to. So if
Wow.
it's all the same,
I feel
I'm
honored.
keeping my mouth shut.
Resort to blackmail. Ooh, Rosa.
Well, I'm afraid that I have no choice.
Huh?
An investigation is like following links in a chain, and you're the last link.
Is this supposed to be a threat? I've told you absolutely nothing.
Oh, don't worry. I'll just write the truth about how you fired her and then refused to comment on her tragic death. In the City Post, read by millions.
Why are you harassing me? Surely there are other leads you could follow.
Maybe, but I'm on a deadline. It's a shame that I don't have someone else to harass instead. Maybe then I could avoid mentioning this place entirely.
This is blackmail. Fine. The man you want is Ken Sharp of Sharp Sound. Now just get out of here.
Deception giveaway. Don't give him PTSD. I'm over it. It was mostly my fault. I did a stupid thing. I'll never do it again. I'll say that much. No, this is Blackwell. Oh my god! I knew doing these streams was gonna be fun. Okay, let's see. Where am I going now? All right, I gotta look up Ken Sharp. I should have made it so you could look up new locations from the map screen. I didn't think about that. Too late now. All right. Ah, can't spell. By Kenneth Sharp and Cecil Sharp. Yep, that's Cecil Sharp from Blackwell Unbound. You still have Professor Appleton on your phone. That's so funny. Alright. You know, I think I've used the same elevator sound ever since Blackwell Legacy. I love this reference. Becca. Yeah, that's...
It says
Gal Friday.
Publishing.
Rebecca had a lot of trouble reading that with a straight face because her stage name is Gal Friday. So she kept laughing. So I gave her my little reference here. Yeah. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da.
Come on in.
All elevators sound the same anyway. True. Both Cecil and his son are played by the same
I
actor.
sure am. What can I do for you, Miss?
Blackwell. I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
Nah, the midnight oil can wait. What's up?
I'm helping out the City Post with an article. I was hoping I could ask you some questions.
The newspaper. Sure.
Ask away.
I was hoping to talk to you about Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Walters, she used to work for you as a temp.
Did she? I'm afraid we've gone through quite a few temps.
Yeah, I'll bet he has.
Oh my god,
So,
that's a great
sorry.
line.
She might have worked
I'm
for
laughing
us.
at my own
I
jokes.
don't
It's been so long since I played this game. I can laugh at my own jokes now. Let's see here.
Are you sure you don't remember anyone named Tiffany?
Pot. Sorry, I can't help you.
Can't help ya.
So, tell me about yourself.
Not much to say. What you see is what you get.
I think those are real. I bet they're real. Yeah. That's Rebecca for you.
Do you ever deal with a temp agency called Sterling?
Yeah, I use them to hire temps sometimes, when things get busy.
Are you using them now?
Not at the moment. Things are pretty slow.
I think.
So, what can you tell me about this place?
This place? We're an audio studio.
It's a very sparse
You need
looking
any
one.
voiceover
Usually you
music
get
or
like.
sound design, then we're your guys.
Usually, like, you wouldn't be dressing up in a suit and tie to work at this kind of job. Most of the audio guys I know are not this snazzy looking.
I spoke to a guy.
Rose is
Sterling.
plant
He confirmed she
sexual.
worked here.
For all I know,
That
he
explains
might
why
be
the
right,
plant in
but I
her
don't remember.
apartment is so thriving.
Like I said, we go through a lot of temps here.
Are you sure you don't remember a Tiffany Walters?
I told you.
Alright.
You filed a complaint with Sterling about Tiffany. You don't remember that?
Have you ever worked with temps? Some are alright, but others? Well, there's a reason why they are temping. So sure, I've made my share of complaints, but can I remember any specific one? No.
Were you ever in a relationship with anyone named Tiffany?
Miss...
It explains the lack of romance in the
I have a
game.
wife and
Yeah.
2 kids.
I'm just following a lead. I was told that Tiffany was involved with someone named Ken.
Well, it wasn't me.
Well,
See you around.
Da, da, da. Girl problems seem to run. I don't know. I wouldn't say Cecil had girl problems exactly. The girl he was in love with died, but I wouldn't necessarily call that a
I'm gonna go in and
problem.
snoop
I mean, it's a
around. You sit
problem,
tight.
but you know, it's not like anything. He couldn't have done anything about it. I love this. Yeah. Oh, the music resets every time you fade back. Huh. Okay. Alright, now she can call Gal Friday.
I can barely make.
I do like this puzzle. I like this puzzle. Because this is a very natural, realistic, modern way to solve it. And I look at that old-fashioned phone.
Looks like a sounds.
It's still ringing. Damn.
Come on in.
I'm praising myself a lot more in this game than the others because I think I learned a lot through this game from the other games, and I put them into effect in this game.
that's an interesting picture up there. I don't recognize the band.
Well, you wouldn't. That was my dad's group. They haven't been together since the 60s.
What happened to them?
They died.
They died, I think.
What?
We never talked about it much.
Oh my
Who's
god!
that man in the photograph?
Him? That's my dad. He and I started this place about 20 years ago. He's retired now, but he pops his head in sometimes.
So, tell me, Ken, why do you have a letter from Tiffany in your desk?
What?
That's a
What
great
is this?
expression.
Are you sneaking in here while I'm not around? Is that it?
Maybe I'm just psychic.
Yeah? Well, maybe I'll just call the police.
I just want to find out what happened to Tiffany.
Look, whatever happened to her, it had nothing to do with me.
Maybe you're right, but maybe you can tell me what happened so I can decide for myself?
You're a real piece of work. Fine. Go on. Ask what you want.
So, tell me about Tiffany?
Look, you breathe a word of this, and I'll have the police on you so fast it'll make your head spin.
Lips are sealed.
All right. Yes, I knew Tiffany. You probably guessed that we were involved.
I gathered that.
I was working late. We were doing spots for a new TV commercial, and she volunteered to help out. I thought she just wanted the overtime, but turns out she wanted something else.
So she came on to you?
Yeah, she wouldn't take no for an answer. Look, I'm a married guy with 2 kids.
So many maybes,
I know
yeah.
I'm wrong. I just couldn't help myself. It was like a drug. Of course, the girl was completely crazy. I should have noticed that right off.
Crazy? How so?
My God, the girl was obsessed. Showing up at the office at all hours, stalking me, calling my house at night. She kept saying we were destined, even when... God, what a nightmare.
So, you did end things with her.
God, yes. I had to. Even if I wasn't a married man, the woman was a complete head case. Talking about the stars and...
Turtle dove?
So I buckled down.
I could have come up with a better
She didn't
pet
take
name
it
than
well.
Turtle
I
Dove.
had to get a
I wouldn't
restraining
something
order.
deliberately cheesy and
Learned my
awful,
lesson, that's for sure.
but that was
No
really
more
cheesy and
affairs.
awful.
And
Turtle
definitely
Dove.
no more affairs. My life is with my wife and family.
Orzel Griff, thank you. Changing portraits was the best ideas in the history of gaming. Thank you. The original artist, I forget his name. I think his name was Dan. He did a fine job. He did everything I asked, and as individual pieces of art, they were great. Didn't fit the style of the game.
Why do you keep the letter if the relationship is over?
I don't know. Nostalgia, maybe? It was nice at the beginning. She was crazy, but she saw something in me. I suppose I still want to hold on to that. Especially now that she's, gone.
Honey bun.
So you're through with Tiffany completely?
Yes. What a total embarrassment she was.
Well, thanks.
See you around.
Sorry about the artist, but Joey's nose was scary. Joey's nose is scary. Fear the Joey nose. The Joe's nose. Alright, let's go back to Tiffany. Alright. This area that Tiffany lives in, just south of Washington
Stay close
Square.
to the door, Red. I'm heading in.
I had a friend who lived
you, Joey.
where I envisioned Tiffany to live on Thompson Street. Alright, talk to Tiffany.
Hello again.
What?
Look, you're gonna have to face facts. Ken is through with you.
You're lying. Deep down, he still
I
loves me.
love that. I love
You
that
just can't
expression.
admit
I
it.
love it. That's
He
just
told
so...
me himself.
I don't believe you.
Look, you're gonna have.
You're deep.
He told
Alright,
I
skip that. Alright. Oh, here we are, Turtle Dove.
you called Ken your
That's private. How did you know about that?
He told me himself. All this mooning, he thinks it's pathetic.
What?
It's over, kid. You want my advice? Forget about him and get on with your... Well, you need to get over him is all I'm saying.
No. I need to hear it from him. Just one more time. From him.
Oh yeah, those Blackwell cartoons. There was the third that kind of I got lost somewhere. It's called Wine Time, where Rosa gets drunk.
Let me guess.
Why?
I need to
Because
find
I
it. It's
can't
buried
touch
somewhere.
ghosts?
I always meant to put it on
Right,
YouTube.
forget it.
Never
Let's just
did,
get after
and that was like 3 computers ago. I don't know. I'm sure somewhere. It was actually included in the DVD version of Blackwell Deception. So if anyone has that and has the cartoon, please send it to me. Where am I going? All right, sharp. The potted plant. That's what I used for the menu.
Do you want to come back to my place? I'll wear that outfit you like.
Come on in.
The physical version that I created when the game first came out, I included the Blackwell cartoons. It's not available anymore. Like that's long sold out.
So you're through with Tiffany completely?
Yes. Like I told you.
What?
What a total
I kind of
embarrassment.
reused this scenario in Blackwell
You don't
Epiphany.
mean that.
Do you mean that?
Of course I do. With that squeaky, lovey-dovey voice and the way she'd throw herself at me in public,
I thought you liked it.
you'd think a guy would like that kind of attention, but she was so needy and desperate about it.
Desperate? I was not desperate.
She said we were
I don't believe what I'm hearing. We're supposed to be together. Gavin said so.
I don't know why I didn't end it right then and there. But like an idiot, I just kept being reeled back in.
I gave up
Rosa loves the
everything
plant,
for you. I gave up my life for you.
She thought I'd give up my entire life for her, but that was crazy. I only hope she found some happiness before she died.
Died? Died? Am I dead to you? Is that it?
I think this is
I can't even look at you.
the Gothic bridge
I
music
gotta get out
that
of
I'm
here.
playing here
I need
from Convergence. My son loves Minecraft as
You
well.
feel that? Feels like the AC kicked in.
I imagine my daughter will get into Minecraft at some
You meet a guy you
point.
like? Don't smother him. He'll just run away.
I'll keep that in mind. Well, I think that's everything. Thanks again, Ken.
Sure. You know, feels kind of good to talk about it. And I hope you'll be discreet about it.
You might notice on Blackwell Epiphany you get an email from a divorce lawyer who's looking for a statement about, you know, what happened. So someone blabbed.
Tiffany?
You think I'm pathetic, don't you?
Oh, no. Not at all.
I do. Why did I act like such a love-struck
She's
little
about
girl?
4 years old now,
I
so
don't know.
maybe
We
by
all
6 she'll be
act
playing
stupid
Minecraft.
sometimes.
Not like this. I couldn't stop myself. Why? Just because Gavin said we should be together?
Gavin, is that the psychic who told you to stick with Ken?
Yeah, and I believed every last word. Why would I believe something so stupid? Ken was all I thought about. When he told me it was over, I was just angry I couldn't be with him. Gavin told me not to worry, that it was destiny, that we'd be together. It took me over. I wouldn't get out of bed. I just...
Realizing now I should have
stopped.
made one of these ghosts
sorry.
male.
I need to get out of here. How do I get out of here?
I probably should have. I had these two very sad women, and maybe I should have made one of them male. You know, hindsight's 2020.
Hey, Tiff, I got something for you.
What is it?
It's something to help you on your way.
Just 1 minute. Look at him, working at his desk like nothing's happened. I'm ready.
She is kind of pathetic, Laura. That was sort of the point. That she... the whole point of this is that you often meet people who just kind of refuse to be happy, even if they have everything going for them. And that's who both of these characters were.
It feels good. The light, I mean. It feels good.
Just head towards it. That's all you need to do.
It feels
Like, it wasn't my intention to
it
make
feels
her
like Gavin.
likable
Isn't that
exactly, but
strange?
make her real.
Believing his
And I think this is a very
words,
real
accepting
kind
the
of
lie,
person.
It felt good. Wonderful. I want to hate him, but I can't. It's like...
Yeah, Dreamcatcher Wolf, them being both women makes Gavin more of a creep. Although he didn't choose them.
No.
It was Lisa who
It was
sent
my
them to him.
place. He'd talk and...
I
it
think
all
I originally
seemed so
had
clear.
a
That's
few
all
more
I can
ghost
remember.
stories in mind.
It's all faded.
You better go.
But I ended up
Thank
cutting it to just these two because they were the
know what
most
else to
interesting.
No need to thank us. It's what we do.
Well, I guess this is it.
She all taken care of?
Yeah, I think she'll be all right. At least, I hope so. This makes no sense, Joey.
Hey,
Her death, it was so pointless.
who said there had to be a point?
She didn't even like Ken. Not really.
Haven't you ever been in love?
That's not what I mean. You don't just die of a broken heart. Not literally.
Maybe. Maybe not. But whoever this Gavin guy is, he put her up to it. I think we owe our friend Lisa another visit.
Having Tiffany cross over before taking the tie? Did that happen? I missed it. I'll have to go back and watch this later and see what happened. I honestly don't remember that. Lisa. I keep forgetting Delaciel. That I keep forgetting you're Miranda because I keep thinking of you as Tempest Tossed from Twitter. Pretty much, Vito, yeah. Though I don't think Convergence had two
Hi,
cases at the same
Lisa?
time. I think that was pretty linear, but that was kind of my MO, is to have, two things going on so you can kind of switch back and forth. And it sometimes made things a little awkward programming-wise, because sometimes you learn one thing in one case before you learn the same thing in another, and it would sometimes make things a little awkward programming-wise or design-wise.
I learned something about Tiffany Walters.
But I got there.
She's dead too. Lisa, do you know something about this?
I mentioned this yesterday, but this black outline for Lisa is based on the old cartoon version. I never updated that one. Oops.
I've learned something about Gavin and Tiffany. I don't want to say it out here on the street. Can I come in?
You wanted to get her on the left, so you
And
didn't
that's
have to.
it.
That's probably
Gavin
exactly
told
what
me to
happened.
go
Yeah,
over
I
this
had
man, and
Tiffany.
it destroyed
By
her.
cross over, you meant she cross over to the other side of Joey. I thought you meant cross over to the other side.
Trying to find her place in
That's
life,
exactly what
drifting
happened.
from job to job, never finding
You're
what
smart.
she wanted. She was a woman who wouldn't
saw
let
right through
herself
me.
be happy.
Was her aura blocked as well?
Look, she needed to believe that her unhappiness was beyond her control. I gave that to her.
You hear that? She's doing a public service.
Judge me if you want, but she came to
Also,
me.
like, I think that
And
these
then
characters
you
needed to
sent
be
her
a
to Gavin.
little on the
Yes,
pathetic side,
I
because
did.
otherwise,
Her.
how would
and
they
the
have been
other
taken advantage of the
and
way they did?
Others.
How many others?
I never saw them again. I never knew what happened to them. I could tell myself I wasn't doing any harm, but now that I know for sure.
Why did you do it, Lisa? Was it money? Did Gavin pay you?
No, it's part of the deal. If you want to operate a shop like mine, you need to make an arrangement with someone like Gavin.
So it's a racket.
Does that mean there are others like you?
They are all like me. If you refuse, you don't last very long. I've got to leave town. This is getting too big.
Not before you tell me where to find Gavin.
You really want to do this? Even if you succeed, there are others like him.
He killed my friend.
And you were close?
We might have been. It doesn't matter. I can't go to the police. There's nobody else but me.
I used those
My
lines in the trailer.
died today.
Yes.
He's the only
You
family
should
I
do
have
some
left.
work.
I have nothing holding me here.
Okay, thanks for coming by.
Spare me. I'll arrange a meeting with Gavin, but give me a few days. I need to leave the city. I don't want to be here when this goes down.
Your grandfather would be so proud.
Angry Lisa
Don't
portrait.
judge me here. I'm not brave. I'm just living.
That's all any of us are doing.
Just living. This is what she calls living.
She's helping us, Joey.
Helping herself, more like. Don't forget, that lady's a scam artist.
I haven't forgotten.
She scammed 3 people that we know of. She tried to scam you.
But she didn't, did she?
Damn it, Danny, how could you let this happen?
Joey?
All that we went through just so she could exist.
Joey?
What? Ah,
Talking to yourself on the street?
This guy is
Should
actually
know
based
it,
on
really.
a people kept saying he looked like George Lucas, which I
Who the hell
really
are
thought was
you?
funny because
You
I based
probably are
him
wondering
off of
who I
a
am, but I have a feeling you already know.
Arizona spiritual guru named Robert Shapiro. That's who I based him on. You can Google him if you want. I just read about him and he just seemed so sleazy. That's who I based him on. I literally based him on that guy. And so we recreate the portrait and everyone's like, dude, why are you basing him on George Lucas? I always thought that was really, really funny. It's like, no, it's not George Lucas. It's someone else.
Gavin.
Smart girl. Maybe they were right about you.
What are you doing here?
Well, you've spent so much effort trying to find me, it was the least I could do. The truth is, we've known there was another one of you at work for some time now. We just didn't know who you were. It's been quite a race to see who would find you first. Someone would have found you eventually, but since you put yourself on my radar, I decided to come to you.
Well, I'm here. What do you want with me?
We are all fascinated. A channel. You're a commodity, one I plan on using.
I don't know who your colleagues are, but you're the one that needs to be stopped.
Then I suppose this works out in my favor.
So you'd kill me, like those girls, like Jeremy.
I fed on those girls.
Fed?
They had all the potential in the world to be happy, but no. They wasted it, squandered it. So I channeled all that positive energy out of them and took it into myself. If they weren't using it, why shouldn't I? There are people who go out of their way to sabotage their own happiness. I merely helped them.
That's sick.
It's kept me alive for 2 centuries.
The Alex
which is
Silva
more than I
stuff,
can say for you.
Whoops.
hey. Red? Red, talk to me.
I don't know.
Spirit guide. You there?
I feel like
You're damn right I'm here.
I mentioned this the other day how
He's
I
not
don't
dead.
often
It's just a
like the big
tranquilizer. I
story
need
arc
alive.
stuff. Maybe I
You
didn't
don't know
quite
how lucky you are.
get as strong
It's a
as
shame
the
we
rest
can't
of
get
it.
to know each other further.
the stuff with Alex Silva and the big conspiracy of you know,
Lisa,
spiritual
I have a
vampires,
package for you.
I know that was never addressed, and I felt bad about it, but I know I
Hey,
did the right
take it
thing
easy.
by not addressing
Ugh, I
it, because
can't move. What happened?
You got hit with a knockout drop. Don't.
I'll just skip all this. We all know what happens.
I'm all tired.
When I sat down to write Epiphany, and I tried to include, you know, I actually did have like a story plan for the society, but it just I felt like I was just continuing Deception rather than doing its own game, and it felt like I was revisiting the same themes. Because with Deception, I felt like I had a story to tell about urban isolation, and then I felt by going back to the same characters and the same themes, I was just revisiting the same message, and it felt false to me. It felt very forced, and I didn't like it, and so I just decided to just not do it, and hope that I would be forgiven for it. People seem to really like Epiphany regardless, and I'm very, very grateful for that. I think that's the problem with doing an episode, like a kind of, it's not even an episodic series, but it's a kind of a serialized thing like this, and where you introduce a plot element in one game, and then you get better at design and story and plotting, and then you get to the next game, and then you realize a lot of what you established in previous installments just doesn't work. It just doesn't work, but you're stuck with it. That was the case with Nashanti. You know, my original plan for her just didn't work, and the Spiritual Society just did not work either. It was too big of a story. It was too big, and Blackwell always works best when it's narrowed and it's about when it's very deeply personal. And even though Blackwell Epiphany did get big in the end, it still was very focused around a small group of characters. It was focused on Rosa and Joey and Madeline. It was focused on them. And I felt that even though a lot of people wanted to hear about Alex Silva and this group of vampires, and I still would love to have that catharsis as well, I think in the long run, Blackwell Epiphany was much better for not having it. Benjiro was also a spiritual vampire bear. Yeah, I did that on purpose. That was going to be the story. It was going to be involving him, but I thought it was important to like make that clear that he was a part of this, you know, society, and yeah, so there was a connection, but it wasn't like the big cathartic closure that people were hoping for. So yeah, I learned a lot about the making of this series, in terms of like trying not to do something episodic, because especially with like several years between installments, because like, you know, you get better at like I said, I got better between installments, and so stuff that just, but I was stuck with the crap I designed, you know, one or two games ago. So let's see.
Hello? Is anybody there? Hello?
Shut up.
Lisa?
I said shut up.
It could, yeah. It's not going to come up in Unavowed, but maybe it'll come up in another game.
I thought you wanted to help me.
Things have changed. All I can do is...
I don't think I'm going to do anything episodic. If I do something episodic, I'm really going to do it right. Like, plan everything in advance, get almost, like, all the games made before releasing them episodically, you know, like you're supposed to do, like with a television show. You know, they film and edit everything, and then they release them weekly. You know, that's what I would do. Maybe not weekly, but something like that. By designing one, releasing it, then doing the next, releasing it, you open yourself up to lots of problems, which I don't want to do.
Why did you change your mind?
Because Gavin is downstairs, and if I don't do what he says, I'm...
All right, let's just...
She's just sitting there, awaiting orders like a good little soldier. It didn't have to be this way, Danny.
Ben's art style has really improved since this game, hasn't it? Because these characters are so simple looking, and you wouldn't know. It almost looks like a different artist at this point. And this was 2011, and now it's 2017. So it's been 6 years since this game came out.
Everything is under
and
control.
just shows you can improve in anything
I'm
with
not
enough
mistaken.
practice.
I'm
And
sure of it.
I love this picture.
I'm not sure, to be honest. Must I go over this another time?
I think I...
And you are absolutely sure this is the
This is
bestower?
Shelley.
Must we go
Shelley.
over this again?
It's Alex
If
Silla.
she is,
And I gave her a
you're
British
welcome.
accent for some
But if
stupid
you are
reason because
mistaken-
I really wanted her voice to
I'm
be
not
recognizable for
mistaken,
the
I'm sure.
credit stinger at the end.
Then I hope you are
I don't know why I did this. This was so dumb. I really regret doing this because inevitably by the next game people were waiting for it, and it just didn't work, and I really regret doing this.
You've reported that she's been acting erratic. Can you be sure of her loyalty?
I'm not sure. To be
If I had done all 5 games in 2006, the whole thing would have sucked.
Then
But
I'll leave it.
by the same token, I would have moved on and done other things
Goodbye.
a lot sooner. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Things ended up, the way they did because that's how they were meant to end up. And I'm glad Blackwell is the way it is. It is very rough and slapdash in many ways, but I'm still very proud of it. It's a very personal thing. It's a very, very personal... Every Blackwell game is personal in some ways.
Lisa, are you still there?
What?
Gavin is going to kill you.
Really? And you know this how?
You should know by now. I'm a medium. I have a spirit guide. And he overheard Gavin talking.
Gavin was an alter ego for Dr. Quentin. Wow, that would have been interesting. They do have similar voices, don't they? A what-if-inator?
Fine. Forget I said anything. In fact, stay right there. I want to be here when Gavin kills you.
Damn,
I liked
Rosa.
my job, you know? It might not have been respectable, but I was good at it. Now what am I going to do?
This is where the subtitles are important because you can't hear a darn thing she's saying through that wall.
Is there another way out?
In fact, there is. There's a fire escape in my bedroom. It's the only way.
Great. Let's go. Lisa?
I hate to break it to you, sweetheart, but I just saw Lisa climb out the window.
Damn it.
Alright, so now let's...
Grab a hold of this.
What are you doing?
I got an idea. Just take it. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Hey, careful. Got it.
How did she get that? That's weird. Okay, whatever.
This is tougher than it looks.
I love it too. It's kind of like pushing against the limitations that I made for myself to
Nice going.
actually do something interesting, and it's still completely logical and it completely, I do like this puzzle too. He's hacking the system, yes. Hi.
I'll just get back in the closet.
No, please don't.
I love the
thought
way
we'd
she
have a
reads that
chat.
line so much.
I really don't want to use this again. But I need
Limitations
time
do
to
breed
decide
creativity,
what
and
to
in a
do.
way,
You can either pass the time to
Unavowed
me,
is kind
or
of
you can pass
a
it
little
on to
bit
your choice.
the opposite, where it's like anything can happen, and so it's like maybe that's why I'm having so much trouble designing it, because it's like anything can happen. So there's no limitations that kind of give me boundaries. Instead, I can. But also that's why it's ending up really cool, because I can kind of do anything I want.
Go ahead. Shoot me.
Do you really want me to do that? Think carefully.
Come out of the closet, bam, Gavin.
Fine.
Yeah.
Let's...
Wonderful. Have a seat. So, another bestower. After all this time, you have given us quite the runaround.
Bestower?
It's what we used to call your kind a long time ago.
I wish I had
Bestower of
introduced the
eternity.
term bestower
Whatever.
earlier in the series.
I prefer medium.
Suit yourself.
Makes you
Personally,
sound
it
like
makes
a
you
steak.
sound like a steak.
And Jeremy, what about him?
Yeah, normally I would just refuse to talk to him, but I had my orders. We all have to answer to someone. It's a shame Lisa didn't realize that.
I have nothing more to say.
Amicable silence it is, then.
There's no canon average number. Honestly, I never really worried too much about the lore, because it wasn't important. It just wasn't important. The important stuff was the little human dramas and stuff. That was the important stuff.
Oh, hello there.
I do love this moment.
I didn't see you come in.
I love this.
Please take a seat.
And I love how her theme music changes just slightly to give it this like ghostly, otherworldly feel.
Lisa? Is that you?
Yes, I am Lisa Tenzin. Please, take a seat.
Lisa, what the hell happened to you? Last I saw you, you were hightailing it out of here.
Your blockage is strong, but not insurmountable. I can meditate tonight on the problem. That way, the best course of action will be revealed to me.
What are you doing here?
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah?
Resonance has really hard puzzles, for sure. Especially that wiring puzzle and that archive puzzle. They're really hard.
Yeah, I've heard this speech already.
Positive energy.
Yeah?
Think of it like exercise for the soul.
Jesus, she's given the same spiel so many times, she's even saying it in death.
I can tell your spirit is weak.
Weak spirit? I am a spirit lady, and so are you.
Yes,
I'm functioning just fine. Did Gavin kill you?
I don't know any Gavin. Sorry.
Sure you do. Think harder.
No, I can't talk about Gavin. That's just not done.
Look, Gavin sent me. He wants you to come with me right now.
Gavin?
Yeah, you know Gavin, don't you?
No, I can't talk about Gavin. That's just not done.
Look, I don't have time to pussyfoot around this. You are dead.
Say no more.
Huh?
Being confronted with death, any death, makes you confront your own mortality.
Yeah, nothing says mortality like being dead.
But if you aren't careful,
Oh my god.
you generate negative
It's been so long since I played this game, I can laugh at my own jokes.
There was a redhead in here earlier. You talked about Gavin and some girls you referred to him.
No, I don't think so. If that happened, I don't remember it.
Of course you don't. Look, I want to talk to you about Danny Marconi.
Sorry, I don't know who you're talking about.
Danny Marconi. Your grandfather?
No, sorry, I don't talk about my grandfather. That's how it all started.
How what started?
Please, won't you have a seat?
We were talking about him earlier. Don't you remember?
I have never seen you before in my life.
That's because you were... right, never mind. Hey, check this out. This is Danny Marconi, isn't it? Don't play dumb with me now.
That shouldn't be in here. How did this get in here?
Doesn't matter. We're talking about him.
He's dead. He was a weak man.
You take that back, right now.
It's true. No denying that.
And what makes you say that?
He told my mother and me stories. Stories about when he was young. He told us about a man he once knew.
I do love this music.
A man who died
Love
to
this
save
music.
my grandfather's life.
Really?
It ate away at him. The guilt. It tore his heart apart. Made him weak. Till the day he died, he never felt he deserved to live.
That's just stupid.
Every day. He told us every day.
Told you what?
That we weren't good enough. None of us were good enough to be worth that man's sacrifice. My grandfather spent his whole life feeling guilty. My mother, the same. But not me. Oh no, not me. Life is too short for guilt.
And now you send innocent girls to die.
No, I made my choices.
Yes, you did.
I will not end up like my mother.
Well, congratulations, you didn't. What happened on that fire escape, Lisa? Tell me.
Nothing! Please!
No, you don't get to die in ignorance. Not you. You're going to remember if I have to drill it into your dead skull.
God damn.
Fire escape. What happened?
I was climbing. Then, what are you?
So, was it worth it, Lisa? All the schmoes you conned? All the sob stories, who died? Was it worth it? Now, at the end of it all, can you look back and say, yeah, my life was worth living?
Leave me alone.
Do I believe in the afterlife?
Like it or
I
not, I'm here
believe
to
in
save you.
something.
I guess you could
I
say
don't
old
believe we
habits
just
die
switch
hard.
off when we go.
I need to lie down.
I don't know what it is.
Please
I'm
come
in no
back
hurry to
tomorrow.
find out.
Sorry, sister. I know and aware spook when I see
Joey
one.
can get cruel when he
And I
really, really
promise.
believes in something.
No, I'm tired. So tired.
Red, what are you doing down here? Where's Gavin?
I handled it. He won't be a problem.
You handled it.
Is that so surprising?
Yeah, frankly. So what happened? Red? What happened? What did you do?
Me too. I can't believe
Huh?
there's nothing. There's something. I just no way to find out what it is,
What
and,
the
and I'm
hell,
no
Red?
in no hurry. So
Joey, you missed it.
in the meantime, I can make stories like this.
Yeah, bully for you. Now what's your game?
No,
God,
Joey,
this whole
you
section
don't
I
get it.
love.
I didn't fall. I always fall. for that
Originally,
but I didn't this time.
one of the earlier builds of the
It's all
game,
about mental control.
literally Joey walks into the
Gavin
living
was
room and you
right.
confront Gavin right there,
Gavin, did he put you up
and
to
it was
this?
very, very unsatisfying for
own
the obvious
choice.
reasons.
I don't believe that for a second.
And the common complaint among the testers was that Gavin's power has been foreshadowed this whole game. So he should use it. He should use this power. And
life, Joey.
I thought that was a
I need to
great
start
idea.
living it. I
So
can't stay in the
here we
shadow
are.
of a ghost
Rosa's been
anymore.
brainwashed.
Just what exactly are you gonna do?
Goodbye, Joey.
Hey, get back here! Huh? What the?
His light level is still flickering. Oops.
This isn't funny. Hello? Anybody?
This is the stars from Convergence, actually.
So-
I reused it.
Is it done?
Oh yeah, it's done. You were right. I don't think I've ever felt so...
Free?
Yeah.
He was holding you back.
Shadow
Why
of the
don't you take a
ghost.
seat? I think we've got a lot
Rose's
more to
cold
discuss.
confidence here is very subtle. Yeah, it's still her. You know, that's the
All
interesting
that
thing.
time
It's
and
still
all
her.
those spooks. Is this the thanks
These
I
are from
get?
Convergence as well,
How
all of
it's
these
supposed
rocks.
to be. Hey? Is there someone there?
You know, that was supposed to add a little singing there. Madeline's supposed to be humming. And there's a point in Epiphany where she talks about how she hummed to pass the time. And that was going to be a reference to this. But I forgot that I hadn't actually implemented the humming sound. So, oops. No one seemed to notice. Hello, Ultra Ice. Ultra Ice. Hello, Ultra Ice. You thought Gavin was disguised as Rosa? Madeline with a question mark.
Madeline. Of all the spooks to run into.
I guess if I do regret anything else, aside from like the not following up with the spiritual vampires, is that I didn't go into Madeline's backstory as much as I wanted to. When Madeline mentioned that Rosa was going insane if the link between her and Joey was broken, I thought Gavin was going to be responsible for driving Patty and Lauren insane too.
Madeline. Is
That's
that
a good
you?
theory.
Oh, I see. Malone, was it?
This is also
I
Jennifer Holmes.
suppose you
She did
arrived
3 roles
at
in this game.
inevitable. You wouldn't be my first choice of companion, but choices are hard to come by these days.
I have to be honest, I know Miranda's not here anymore, but I think I prefer her version of Madeline the best.
What are you doing here?
Doing? What does any lost spirit do? Stare at the universe, ponder our place in it, wonder where we went wrong.
What do you mean?
No, I
where
thought
you
like
went
we'd
wrong?
actually get through this a
Don't
lot
you have
sooner,
any
and I'd be
regrets?
doing some Epiphany today.
Too
And
late to worry about him now.
Well, you will
but
have
that
plenty
didn't
of
happen. This
time
game
to
is actually
discuss
longer than
that.
I thought. Took 2 full streaming sessions, so that's about like 5 hours. And this is knowing everything and just going through it.
Inevitable. What do you mean inevitable?
Your host banished you, did she not?
Dun,
No, that's not what
dun,
happened.
dun, dun,
Did she
dun,
leave you here
dun.
and close the door behind her?
Well, yeah, but
Then you've been banished, just like I was.
she didn't want to send me here, not really.
Is that so?
She wasn't in her right mind. I just gotta get through to her.
And how are you going to do that? It's too late. The
Portraits
link
covering her
between you is
face.
breaking.
I'm very picky about that now. I don't like when the
And then there'll
portraits
be a
cover
large,
the
empty
sprites.
space in her head where it used to be.
I'd
That
either like
is the
move them a little bit
universe,
farther
and she
down,
will
or
go
I'd
slowly mad.
make sure the portrait's on this side of the
Many
screen.
years ago, it will happen to yours. You should just be grateful you won't have to see it happen.
Wait, are you telling me that Red is gonna end up like her?
Who can say? But yes, I think so.
That's not gonna happen. I won't let it.
And just what are you going to do, little ghost? Rail against the universe? Scream at her through the infinite gap between that world and this? The link is breaking. There is nothing that can be done.
You said the link is
Big head
breaking,
mode.
so it's not broken yet.
I envision Madeline as kind of like
It
a
feels like your
Madame de
soul
Pompadour.
breaking in two.
So like I guess 1700s
Maybe I'm not
era
lit
France
yet.
is what I originally envisioned.
So this link, how do I get through it? Where is it?
It's not a place, Malone. It's a part of both.
Even though she doesn't have a French
Weren't you
accent,
taught
but I mean, let's, you
anything?
know.
No, nobody.
Since
taught
I never
me
did establish the
squat.
backstory,
I'll
it doesn't
learn as I
matter.
go.
And you've lasted this long? Fascinating. Still, you must have used the link several times before now. It's the only way to send on the lost spirits.
I'm playing with one of Eve's little magic wands here. I just sort of picked it up off the table. Woo! It's funny, when I did auditions for Madeline in Blackwell Epiphany, I had the character description, but apparently a lot of the auditioners didn't read it, because it took one look at her and they started reading her like Glinda from The Wizard of Oz. You know, like... It's like, hello, Malone.
So where's this link?
As I said, it's a part of you. You must have used it several times before. It's the only
Princess
way to
Wand,
send on the
indeed.
lost spirits.
I am the prettiest princess. Donk. Getting a little punchy doing this for,
So where's this
sitting here for 2 hours.
As
I'm
I
like, woo.
said, it's a part of you. You must have used it several times before. It's the only way to send on the lost spirits you meet.
So
As I said, you must have used it.
I think I've clicked on the same thing 3 times. All right, I'm not even paying attention. What happens if you blow on her?
I don't think she'd appreciate me blowing air in her face.
I do like that sprite. It's a very nice sprite.
Hey, when you say link, you mean this?
That? Don't be absurd.
Look, you said the link is how we deal with the spooks. Well, we use this.
You use your necktie.
That's what I said.
Come closer. Let me see. I've never seen. You created a mental projection. of
You know, it's
your
funny how
life
this seems like I
before
pulled it out of my butt in this game, but this is actually how I envisioned the tie to work when I first came up with the idea of the series, that the tie represented the link between Rosa
So
and
why
Joey.
haven't you used it to return?
I don't know how.
I've spent almost a century in this place, only reaching out to the mortal world in dreams. You have no idea what it has been like. I can show you how to traverse the link, but only if you agree to take me with you.
And why should I do that? The last time we blindly trusted you, you let a killer ghost loose in New York.
That killer ghost is what your precious host will become one day. Remember that.
She does not watch Adventure Time. She's a little too young, I think.
Fine, you got me over a barrel.
Then take my hand.
Hey,
Shh.
No sound effect there.
that was interesting. Red, what the hell is he doing to you? Madeline, what the hell is going on? Now where did she go?
He is feeding on her, draining her. It's how he stays alive.
Yeah, I get
Should
it.
Rosa and Joey be able to touch if the tie is between them? Yes, actually, and there's this wonderful piece of fan art that I consider canon, where Joey is teaching her how to dance, because he's got like the tie in one hand and she's got her hand against him, and he's like leading her through like a waltz, which I always thought was this beautiful, beautiful image. I consider that canon because it's just really, really cool.
How do you know so much about Gavin all of a sudden?
I think I've always known. I just chose to ignore it. but it's crystal clear to me now. Not that it matters.
So, how do I stop him?
Stop him? You can't. We're dead. Gavin will drain her dry, and then she'll be dead too. And then we'll all haunt this house together.
That's not gonna happen. Right, just stay there.
What's the point?
Step out from the fringe of society.
She just leaves.
The
Yeah.
spirits you save.
Who knows about them? I use that all for the trailer.
Does anybody know?
Yeah, I know the fact
Does
that he looks
anybody
like George
thank you?
Lucas, and now he's kind of doing Force Lightning.
You toil on
Red.
Yeah, yeah.
Joey?
your spirit guide. He has returned?
Yeah, I've returned. Stop listening to this guy.
If this was Sierra
No,
game, Rosa would
I
be
can't
dead
talk
by
to
now.
you. I have my own
That's
life
it.
now.
That's it.
Not
That's
for
it.
long, you
Makamoo
won't.
just linked
I don't
to
know
the
how you return,
the
spirit
fan art I'm
guide,
talking
but she's
about.
right.
Yeah, that's
you
it.
Can't convince her otherwise.
Very, very good. Ikran Girl, that's her name. Yeah, I love that image. I actually was my desktop wallpaper for a while.
Gavin murdered Jeremy Red.
I'm just gonna skip to the right solution because
I suggest
I
you
need to get
forget
to the
about
end
Jeremy.
so I
He
can
had
like pick up my
years
daughter
to
from
reach
daycare.
out to you and never did. He never thought of
I'm a
That's
good
right.
daddy.
Why should I care about...
I have 20 minutes, but still, I just want to get there. Yeah, good riddance.
Yeah, maybe it's good he's dead and gone. After all, there was no other reason for him to call you.
What?
Think about it. He was a successful reporter. What would you be to him? Just some crazy girl who talks to herself.
Maybe I could have told him. Maybe he would have understood.
Maybe you're right. Too bad we'll never know, since Gavin killed him and everything. Come on, fight this!
I can't.
Of course you can.
Ooh,
One
I like the
foot in
lighting
front
on
of the other.
that sprite.
Rosangela, don't regress
He calls her
on me now.
Rosangela,
We've made
which
such
means they're not
progress.
close. Remember Jamie.
And think about Jamie. Gavin turned her into something she wasn't.
I'm not like her. Jamie didn't know who she was. I do.
You're nobody. I love it. I think this. I had this kind of puzzle in Convergence where you you solve the puzzle by insulting them mercilessly.
You know who you are? Bull. You're the most confused broad I know.
You're wrong. I know exactly who I am.
You're a medium. It's the only thing you're good at. Now you want to chuck it all away.
Line from the
I am
trailer.
much more than that.
No. Right now, you're whatever this guy's telling you to be.
That's not true.
Then prove it.
I do love getting Blackwell fan art. I
My
really
head.
do love it.
Come on, Red. You know something's off about
God, that
this.
is a very weird image
Rosangela,
when she's like
you are not thinking clearly.
looks like she's headbanging, doesn't
You
it?
know what you have to do.
Penelope is
Think
next.
about Penelope, kid. Gavin tore her family apart.
Family? What did family ever do for me?
What is that one? Oh God, that one. Yeah, that one's sad. I actually asked her to send me a print of that one, like a higher resolution one. I still have yet to put it on my wall or print it out, but I do love that one. What did they? Oh yeah, if you click on money here, it kind of tells you how Rosa gets her money. I don't want to click on it because I don't want to start this whole sequence over.
Nothing. They didn't give you a
Heavy
damn
breathing.
thing.
What are you talking
That's
about?
right.
Who needs family? You got through it on your own.
Excuse me. Wow.
Those lonely years would break most people.
No, I'm still here.
That's right. Bit shaken, perhaps, but not broken. You should be proud, kid.
I am.
So tell me, why are you letting a creep like Gavin tell you what to do?
I'm not.
Then prove it. What?
Joey?
That's it. Come on. Almost there.
No, you need to...
Blah blah blah.
Remember Tiffany, Red? Gavin played with
Sorry,
her
I just
heart
found it
until
the dev-
broke.
Don't
Tiffany.
feel sorry.
She
I
was
think it's
weak
an amazing
and
piece of art.
stupid.
I think it's lovely. I mean, I loved it. I loved it. Need more tea? I do. I actually have a little bit of water here. Everyone is weak. Gavin killed her. You're no better.
You think you're any better?
Yes.
Not from where I'm standing, you're not.
You always think the worst of me.
I do, huh? Then prove it.
Rosangela Blackwell, listen to my voice. You want to listen to me.
If I regret
You
anything
need
about this
to
is that
listen
I'm
to
not
me.
happy with
In your heart, you know I am
Rebecca's
right
voice
about
acting
everything.
in this next bit.
Red?
I think.
You think what I tell you to think. That's better. Now where...
Get out of my head!
Yikes! Yeah, I don't like the way that came out.
Is he
Oh, very clever. You got me when I was
Makamo, was that you who did
I might have been
the
unprepared,
that fan
but
art
I
of You
won't
Are
be next
Loved? Was that you?
Next
I did see
time,
that.
I hate to break it to you, Pally, but you're dead.
Dead? No. I have energy to spare. More than enough to bring me back.
Gavin,
she phases through the dresser.
Get
'Cause
out
I
of my
couldn't
way.
get her. I couldn't get
I
her
was
at the
scared.
door.
Maybe my grandfather was right.
I said get out of my way.
No, I can't.
This is the first
Not
time you
now.
actually see Lisa and Gavin
It's
together.
got to mean something.
Get off of me.
Now both Lauren and Rosa have murdered people. To be fair, Rosa did it completely by accident. I don't think she intended to.
This place? Wait.
Blah
I-
blah 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 blah.
No. Wait. Give me an.
The Gavin screaming.
just happened?
I forgot to have
I'm not
Brian
sure.
record it during the
I think
session,
I want to go home now.
so I actually took
I'm very
him
tired.
screaming as
Just head out.
Azrael from Gemini Rue,
way?
and I put
You
it in
sure?
here.
Yes.
Do you think it was worth it in the end? Any of it?
You did help us stop Gavin.
Does that make up for it all? I wonder. I was so angry.
So when Azrael
I've been
gets,
so angry.
mind wiped
And
in
now
Gemini Rue,
I'm
that
just
scream was taken
so
and put in here
tired.
for Gavin.
Go ahead, Lisa. You can rest as long as you like.
Thank you.
You okay?
Sure.
I guess we
think
can
so.
chill and
My
watch
brain
the ending
feels
now.
scrubbed raw, but I'm okay.
And the spooks?
Ooh,
Lisa
crick.
went through.
Sorry.
Gavin was taken.
Taken.
Look, I don't want to stay here. Let's get out of here.
Sure. You wanted to come here?
It's a place to go, and I need some air.
Suit yourself.
She needs some air.
Stuff
She's
I
literally
said.
walked entirely across
Never
town to
happened.
get here.
No, it's all mixed up. The truth and the lies. It's all a big mess. I'm not sure who I am.
Got a bit
right now.
stiff.
It'll sort itself out.
No,
know.
Oh, what's the damn point?
Huh?
I was weak. He got into my head. He found a loose thread in my mind and yanked it free. I should have been stronger.
I don't know how many crimes Rosa's done, but
Stronger.
she's got a
The
lot
guy
of
had to
restraining
tie
orders.
you up and hold you at gunpoint to get through to you. That's more than you can say for anyone else he's met.
Maybe.
Blackwell. What is this?
What's-
Blackwell Fields? Oh yeah, that's it. That's it, yeah. Alright. I can't X out of the
What do you
game
mean?
because then
Tiffany,
it stops.
Jamie, the others, none of them were happy.
What brought this on?
Helping Jeremy. All of these ghosts. It should be fulfilling. Why do I feel so empty? Is it Gavin? Or is it me?
It's fun. I do like streaming.
Wish I
He
had
says to me
There was a time when I
um,
thought the same, that helping someone else would do me good. Turns out, I was wrong.
Do you regret it?
I don't know. Maybe. Who could say? You make your choices, whether there's a point or not.
Then how's this for a choice?
Dun, dun,
This
dun.
organization that Gavin belongs to, they're out there, somewhere.
Somewhere.
Do you
I
have
want
time
to
for
find
bloopers?
them.
Probably not. I'm sorry.
Yes.
And this is what's gonna bring meaning to your existence?
I need
Yeah,
to do
I do.
something.
I like this
Anything.
ending.
can't
I
just
do regret
react
ending it like
anymore.
this.
It might not be the
Kind
right
of
choice, or
deliberately
even a
setting
good
it up for a
one, but
sequel,
it's
which
something.
never
You
really came.
understand?
Yeah,
I do feel
I get
bad
it.
about that.
And
Like
I'm
I
all the way to the end.
I really wish I didn't do that,
Thank you.
but
God, I could kill for a
I
coffee.
couldn't
Do you
go
think that
back and
cafe
change
down
it
there
when
is
I
open?
so.
For their
Oh well.
sake, I hope so.
Let's get out of here.
After you, sweetheart.
You get more to the public if you show off a bit. Oh god, yeah, I ended it. Oh my god, yeah, wow. Oh, I love this song. This originally was going to be the trailer music, but it didn't quite work. And so I used it for the closing credits instead, because I had paid for it. I got it off a royalty-free website, so I was going to use it. God damn it! Dun 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 dun. I have Anulinov, yeah. Dun 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 dun. Christian Moots, that's the guy who did the nightclub song. That was him. Thank you, Ogre from Hell. Sorry, I can't say these names with a straight face. Thank you, Ogre from Hell. Julia Doolittle. I was trying to remember her name yesterday. The woman at the city post office. Dun, 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 dun. Jennifer Holmes just had her second child, actually. Mercedes Rose. She was a remote actor. Never actually met her. Rebecca could cosplay as Rosa. She really could. Even though her red hair isn't real. But, you know. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Sandy Chin and Brandon Vance like. I always put them in any special thanks I do. Joey was shot by Ryan 4 times. Oh god, yeah. This is something else I regret.
Tonight's breaking story. An anonymous tip sent Police Commissioner
Alex Silva
had this to say.
I want to send
The mere reason I had this at the end of the credits made me feel really obligated to include her in Blackwell Epiphany. And I didn't. Oh, I did, but it's deleted. It's in the game. There's a deleted scene in the game if you play in commentary mode. But we'll get to that when we do Epiphany.
It's only a matter of time.
It's only a matter of time. Oh, and it just exited out. It didn't go back to the main menu. Okay. Wow, that was cheap. Why do I regret it, Chaos Origin? Because I never went back to it. It was a plot point that was kind of brought up in this game, kind of as a way to add a little bit of a cliffhanger and saying this is the stuff that's going to be in the next game. And the whole plot was dropped because it just was not working. And I really regret that. People ask me about it all the time. I mean, what happened to Alex Silva and the spiritual vampires? And I just can say they're still out there. That's all I can say. It's a nice red herring. It's only a red herring if it was designed to be a red herring. Okay, so I gotta get gone, guys. But Epiphany will be next week sometime, and then I'm probably gonna do Gemini Rue after that. So both games will definitely take longer than one session to do. But anyway, I gotta go because I gotta do daddy stuff. But thank you again, everyone, for coming. How many people are still on the stream right now? 39. All right, so we started off with like a little over 40 and ended with 39. Sweet, you guys stuck with me this whole time. Y'all are crazy. Anyway, see y'all next time. Thank you. I'll announce on Twitter and stuff when the next one will be. I don't know when it will be. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna hit the stop button. Bye. Thanks.